All right, guys. We're gonna go check out the Reddick investment property that's now turning into a flip. Plan was to fix it up, refinance it and rent it out, but I've decided to go ahead and turn it into a flip and just sell it. It went on the market as of a couple days ago. We're getting a decent amount of showings, so I'll let you guys know what it sells for. And yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop. The reason why I decided to sell it versus rent it out is just because of like the area itself. It's not an area that I want to have rentals in. It's not very, close. It's about a 40-minute drive. If you're lucky, from my house currently, which isn't, horrible, but like the area doesn't bring in or demand like a higher rent. So if I were to rent it out, the comps for rentals have actually gone down a little bit, especially in Reddick. So I wouldn't be able to get the full amount that I would want, and I just rather sell it, walk away with the money, and then put that money towards something else. So here we go. Here's the house up here. There's the fence. The rest of the fence will actually get finished tomorrow. But this is what we've got as of right now. New fence, painted the gate. Let's take a look at the property. All right, well, the grass is starting to come in pretty good, actually. Not bad. I mean, definitely needs more. It kind of came in with the lines that the septic were in, which is kind of funny. Landscaping's pretty much done. We put some Aztec grass and some shrubs around here, along with 6 yards of mulch. Painted all this with concrete paint. Painted the house, probably the exterior lights up. Things pretty much buttoned up. There's the iron filter. $2 grand right there. $2,000. Isn't that crazy? $2,000 iron filter right there. That's insane. Once I flick this, we're gonna have to run. Oh, we don't have to run very fast, but all right. They put down grass seed everywhere, so while we're here, I'll just go ahead and run the sprinklers. As you guys can tell, I've gained weight. Started going back to the gym as of Monday and today. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I had contractors at the new construction building fixing stuff up. But working on this house has put the weight on. You'd think it'd be the opposite. You'd think if I worked on a house, I'd lose weight, but I don't know. I guess I eat more bread or something than I'm used to eating. Packed sandwich meat or something. I have no idea. But when I work on the houses, it's hard to maintain a gym schedule, so maybe that's why. All right. So everything is done. Pretty cool. Bathroom. I mean, everything's yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months. Me and my guy fixed it up.
I'm my guy.
Yeah. Now it's on the market, listed at $185. The fridge actually needs to be fixed, needs to be repaired. So we gotta wait for a part to come in and they'll fix it. So all these drinks are actually kind of warm. This hot water heater is actually on back order. I've been waiting for that for about a month now. It was supposed to be in early this week. Today's Friday, it still isn't in, so. House is done, it's on the market, time to sell it. I have to get someone out here to cut these weeds down a bit. But all in all, I mean, it's pretty dang good. I think it's listed at a pretty good price for $185. Market's not as fast as it's been in the past, so it's on the market for a few days now. It'll probably have to stay on the market for another 3 to 4 weeks to get it to go pending. Should go for asking or very close to asking. So yeah, I mean, the house turned out good. Start to finish is about 3 months, maybe close to 100 days. But it did turn out well. So not a bad job. On to the next project. Now it's time to work on the pool house and get that one fixed up a little bit, and then put that one on the market too to sell. I don't pay capital gains on that one because I've owned it for more than a year. I've owned it for like close to 3 or 4, so that'll be great, not paying capital gains tax. Let's see, where's that leaf blower? Here it is. And then after the pool house is fixed up, and after this one sells and the pool house sells, whether that's multifamily, building a duplex cash, or buying some multifamily that's already built. I've been debating about buying a giant complex that's already built, that's in distress for cheap. That's something I've always kind of wanted to do. You know, buy like a 15, 20 unit apartment complex that is dated, needs some work, get it at a discounted price, and then as the units become vacant, just work on fixing those up. And over the course of 2 to 3 years, you could essentially fix up all the units, probably double the rent prices, and just like the amount of money you would make off that is just crazy. Yeah, we've got a bunch of wind advisories here in Central Florida. So what's next on the agenda? Currently right now trying to get my zoning changed for a piece of property I've got in Silver Spring Shores. I'm trying to get the zoning changed from R1 to R2 or R3 because I'm wanting to put some multifamily units on there. I think I'm just gonna put a duplex on it. So I'm just gonna get it zoned for R2. So yes, pretty much it. All right, so hope you guys liked what we've done with the place. You got to see a little bit of before and after, and kind of what all that took. You might not have seen everything, but it gives you like a good idea of what's involved in doing stuff like this. It's not rocket science, but it's not like some get-rich-quick scheme either. I mean, you got to put a lot of work into it, but as long as you kind of think stuff through and really think as far as, you know, what's cost effective and what you're updating and upgrading and taking out or keeping, then can make some pretty good money doing it. Yeah, all in all, I think it's pretty good. 185,000 for about 900 square foot living inside the house is, I guess, a little bit high on price. Not anything crazy, it's definitely not bad, but there isn't anything that's remodeled in Marion County. That's a concrete block home that has a new roof, electrical through the attic, updated electrical, updated panel box, new septic, new drain field, new insulation in the attic, new flooring, cabinets, granite, appliances, AC, state-of-the-art modern iron filter because Reddick has high iron. I mean, there isn't a property in Marion County that's that redone for that price. Like, it doesn't exist. So that's the key selling factor of this house. You get all of this for a pretty good price of $185. So I mean, if you do a conventional loan, you know, with probably at $980 a month, which in Marion County for rent, that is extremely affordable. You can't find anything that's a single family house for like less than $1,500 right now. I mean, as long as it's in good shape, you know, like it's nice. New floors, granite countertops, wood cabinets, stainless appliances. If everything's newer and clean, yeah, you can't find anything less than $1,500. So if you do a conventional loan, $980 is your mortgage. That's pretty dang good. So I think you'll have any problem selling, but granted, it is taking a little bit longer for houses to sell because I can only do cash or conventional. That is due to not the anti-flip law, but it's essentially kind of like that. If you flip a house and you sell it for more than 100% of what you paid for it, so let's say, you know, you bought a house for, you know, like $10,000. It was like, you know, inheritance, or I don't know, you say for easy math, you bought a house for $10,000. Doesn't matter how much money you put into it to fix it up. If you could put $100,000 into this house to fix it up. If you sell it for more than $20,000, you can only do cash or conventional loans as far as the buyer. So if you do a USDA, FHA, or VA loan, then you're required to do 2 appraisals. You just have to pay for 2 appraisals. Either the seller, which in this case would be me, I'd be on the hook for one of them, or the buyer would be on the hook for both, and they pick the lowest appraiser or appraisal. So there is no averaging of the 2. You have 2 appraisals. Some lenders require 3, which is crazy. I mean, it's crazy to even do 2, but and then they pick the lowest one, and it's definitely not the same company doing them. That's two different people, 2 different companies. They're both randomly selected. I've gotten screwed in the past. I had one flipper appraised at 155 and another at 144, and we had to go with the one that was 144. The one that was for 155, they said the house was fantastic, great job. And then the 144 found like 3 or 4 things that I had to like fix, which is total bullcrap. it was like, he's like, oh, the GFI doesn't work and this and that. He didn't understand that it was on a GFI circuit, and it's perfectly legal and up to code as long as just because the outlet itself isn't a GFI outlet, if it's on a GFI circuit, then it's considered GFI. Like, that's fine. But he didn't know that. But like, that's the problem. It's like, if you get an appraiser that doesn't know what he's doing and flags certain things, it's like, you have to fix them. I mean, like, you can argue with it and go back and forth, but that can sometimes add a couple of weeks, and that could make or break a deal. So it's like, oftentimes you usually have to fix them, because if you run the case of arguing with them, then then you'll make him mad, and it's just not fun for anyone involved. But that's the problem with flipping and buying a house and selling it within 6 months. No one tells you that, but that is a very big problem. So I mean, the best thing to do really would be, if you want to flip houses and you're thinking long term into the future, do a house per quarter, or at least 2 houses per year, say every 6 months. So you do a house every 6 months, which is definitely doable. Like, we did that one, start finish, 90 days, and I was still working as a real estate agent in the meantime, married, have a kid, with the kid on the way, and doing a bunch of stuff with the housing and getting us moved, and there's like a bunch of stuff was going on, and I was still able to do that. So I mean, to do 2 houses a year, once every 6 months, definitely doable. So what you would do is find a house, do it one house every 6 months, fix it up, rent it out for a year. Yeah, about 2 years. So in 2 years, if you keep on doing this, you do a house once every 6 months. If you do that and you do a house and you buy it, fix it up, refinance it, and you rent it out for a couple years, in 2 years' time, you will now have a house that you can sell every 6 months without paying capital gain, which is a huge money saver right there. So if you're really thinking into the future, that's the best way to do it. Or you just, fix up, rent, or the BRRRR method. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. It's called BRRRR, like you're cold, BRRRR. It's a great acronym, but works. Highly recommend that book by Brandon Turner, the BRRRR method, as well as Rental Property Managing. 2 great books. I've read those multiple times. I mean, I don't like selling stuff. I want to keep everything and collect a monthly cash flow via rent, but in this current market and in this situation, it made more to sell and make that profit than to rent it out and make a smaller profit. So I mean, just to give you guys kind of quick numbers, bought that house for $40,000, put about, I gotta slam on the brake, alrighty, stick the sucker back in there, get the shop back on so I can clean out the truck, give it a good vacuum. Someone was saying when they took the water spigot out,